All right. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. This is Dr. Greg McLeod from the Elite Traders University here, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Beautiful, kind of a cloudy, overcast day, but it's a beautiful Friday nevertheless. So glad to have you aboard. And we're going to have a great show, broadcast here next hour or so together. I'm going to answer your questions about the markets and go over some exciting things that are going on at Elite Traders University that help traders to succeed. And so I'm very excited. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to make sure that you are, well, first of all, the markets have been pretty resilient. The dollar at new 5-day highs, and so it shows probably the increase of the overall picture of new, possible rate cuts here in the U.S., which just seems counterintuitive to that. If you have rate cuts, why would the dollar go up, right? The thing about it is the dollar had been going down ahead of time um, because of the rate cut. All right. So many of the difference between retail traders and institutional traders, as institutional traders will trade on the rumor or they'll trade on you know the rumor, right? But the retail trader will trade on the fact, right? So they hear an announcement and they jump on something, but the smart money was already shorting the dollar. So once the dollar had already reached a peak, and I'll show you a chart. Well, then guess what? When they cut rates, uh, the dollar went up, right? And that's what we talked about fundamentals. I know it's my friend Rocky Raccoon's favorite word that I come up with is fundamentals. I don't know if I came up with it, but I heard the broker said, no one really trusts the fundamentals because the price action is the litmus test. It's what we look at in order to watch to see what's going on in the market. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and share with you a couple of things that are going on here at Elite Traders University. Also, we have our live trading session that goes on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays during Asia. And that's usually a session that people normally don't think that you can make any money at. But guess what? I've broken the stereotype, a lot of other stereotypes as well. But we have been able to make money during Asia because you got to figure there's 2 billion, or so Asians around the world, and they're not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and trading the New York session. And so I found that going down to smaller time frames, like the 1 minute and 5 minute, even down to the tick and the second charts, we're able to find valuable opportunities that we can take advantage of on a regular basis from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is really a perfect time for U.S. traders. U.S. traders mostly work from maybe 9 to 5. I know there's a lot of different shifts and swing shifts and graveyard shifts and things like that. But for the most part, people go to punch the clock in at 9, they get off at 5, they fight traffic, they eat dinner, and 7 o'clock they're vegging out in front of the TV set watching something on Netflix, right? Well, instead of that, you could trade alongside with me, look over my shoulder. And I've been doing this for like close to 30 years, and I work for one of the largest Forex broker dealers in the world. So you want to check out our new it's not new, but we're relaunching it under our new URL, pipandrun.com. And I'm trying to bring it up. It's like, come on, don't be shy. Yeah, because we had another URL. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we come over to Pip, and it's real easy because I trade Pip and Run system. So you just go to pipandrun.com. So let me go ahead and give me a moment to share my screen. And a big howdy do to you guys on YouTube. If you can hear me, see me on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna also let me put the link over here in Facebook in case you want to there, and also on our school community as well. I like being in multiple places. That way, people, wherever you choose to consume your social content, I think we'll come to TikTok and to Instagram as well. Okay, so we're gonna go over here to screen number dos. and share some sound there. And here we go. Okay. So let me go ahead and click. And there we go. So there we go. Pipandrun.com. And you can learn Pip and Run system to trade with confidence, remove guesswork from your trading so you can earn a six-figure income. You can like look over my shoulder and a little video here.
It's the trading event of the century. Unlock the secrets of profitable trading in just one day. The question is, how much do you want to make? There's only one expert that can guarantee results. His name is Greg McLeod. With a 93% win percentage, winning 600 trades straight without a loss, you will not want to miss this opportunity to trade with the world's finest. It's time to take your trading experience to new heights. Each session will bring you to another level in life and prosperity. Join now. It's the live trading event with Greg McLeod.
Okay. All right. So check out the website. There's a 7-day free trial, so no risk. You can click the button, trade with us for a couple of days, few days, and hey, if you make money, maybe it's something that you want to invest in. There's you can cancel at any time. In fact, I don't think it even charges your card, right? So you have to opt in. So don't worry about being trapped into anything. I know I hate that. You sign up for something, then you can't get rid of it. It's like getting a rash or something. You just can't get rid of it, right? So you can start the trial, and not only that, will you get access to our wonderful trading alongside with me, but you can come over to inside our group. There are a number of videos, almost probably close to $20,000, over $20,000 of value in the earn while you learn ETU VIP. And so this is where we do this is our school group. And then we have our winner circle mindset trading, where we have our certified hypnotherapist, Dr. Hal Weincheck. He has a series of videos on of the abundance mindset, the trader's mindset. The mindset's the most important thing when it comes to trading. If your mind's screwed up, then your trading's gonna be screwed up too. So this is really helpful there, right? And so we also have our Forex Foundations course. It's available in the free section, but you only get 2 of the modules. These modules have lots of videos in them, talking about from risk management. Our sophomore section has a number of videos on CCI, MACD, moving averages, stochastics, Bollinger Bands, fundamentals of Forex, and how to play stops and limits, best times to trade, support and resistance, and and much more. Right. And then there's the junior level module that has another set of videos on candlestick charting, indicators, and also market moving news, trading fundamentals, also price action patterns as well, right? And much more there. That's right. All the way up to we saw the junior, we saw that. And then we have the senior, finishing off next level is a Forex Foundation senior level course. Number of videos on Elliott Wave, Fibonacci. These are advanced strategies that people normally don't get. But plus there's indicators, advanced use of ADX, market depth, and other things as well. So again, a total of 81 videos just in the foundations course, right? And we cap it off with another course, which one of my students who made over $78 million trading for a large fund. He took 300,000 to 78 million. And I said, and how'd you do it? He says, I use Pip and Run. I go, great. You need to make a course. So usually I take my most successful students and I have them make a course and show how they use my strategy or how they create a new spin on it. So it's almost like open source. When you get to a certain level, we become Pip and Run certified. And we have a certification program for Pip and Run. So you can become a certified Pip and Run instructor. So he created the Dragon Slayer course. It's basically a pound yen trading course, module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so he goes through the his rules and the things that he uses, time frames, indicators, and all that great stuff, right? So again, we were selling that course for $25,000 by itself. The Winner's Circle mindset training we would do for about $2,500, and our Forex Foundations course we also would do for about $3,000, given all the value, right? And also our separate from this is our mentorship program as well. That's there, but that's an additional. Just contact me if you want mentorship, if you want to enroll in that. But this is all you get. I mean, for $97 a month, it's a deal, right? So anyway, come over here to pipandrun.com and check it out. And if you want to find out more, just go there. All right. Anyway, let's talk about the dollar index. What happened this week? A number of great things that we had. We had there's so much investment going on in the U.S. from foreign countries, and so we're seeing a change in sentiment on the U.S. dollar. We're seeing the U.S. dollar actually was rally. This is Friday, and I always talked about how the calendar works. Let me let me show you one of the slides that I use to explain to my new mentees, and I think that the peanut butter and jelly, right? Peanut butter. There we go. Right. I always looked at like Forrest Gump says that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, right? Unless you stick your finger in, make sure you don't get that weird cherry one or that marshmallow one. But life trading Forex is like the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which you would have this. And my dad in the 70s, we didn't eat. Everyone else ate Weber or Wonder Bread, white bread, soft and really nice to eat, for lunch. But my dad was a health nut back in the 70s. He got something called Roman meal. I don't think they make Roman meal bread anymore. And that bread was like eating sandpaper. It was full of good stuff for you that, no one was talking about eating good stuff or eating Maha being, make America healthy again. People talk about making America healthy again. We were eating white bread, bleached, chemicalized, stripped of any nutrients back then, right? But not our family. My dad had Roman meal, and so I ate these sandwiches, and they were, this would tear up my mouth. I was a wuss. I'm like, so I would just eat that soft middle, that paper sandwich. You get that soft middle. I would peel off the edges. I don't know how many people would peel off the edge of your sandwich. You guys ever done that? And then I want to watch some British tea show, and they're eating cucumber sandwiches without crust. I'm like going, oh, I was royalty before I even knew it, right? So I would peel off this edge and just eat that soft, mushy middle, right? So what does that have to do with trading, Greg? Well, the calendar for the best times to trade is like this peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? Think of this as the sandwich, right? And you have the first week of the month, which is the crust. It's like non-farm payroll, right? It's choppy, it's the first week of the month, and a lot of traders don't want to trade ahead of Friday's announcement, which is non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll is the most significant, most important, most watched economic announcement of all. And we just realized how fundamental it is, right? Because they just revised it. There are like 2 million, 1.7 million jobs that were just poof. They just overstated, right? They overstated the jobs number. And so that created so now, you got people like saying, well, maybe the economy wasn't that great back in 2024, right? But there was this huge discrepancy between what was reported. In fact, a lady lost her job, right? She lost her job over the forecasts because, everyone was like saying, hey, where are all these jobs? So there was a revision Okay, and I can show you here, right? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can do right here, right? So you have this gigantic revision signals U.S. job growth much weaker than believed. So they overestimated 911,000 jobs, right, last year, but the year before it was another 800,000, so a total of 1.7, almost 2 million jobs. Now I have an AI software that it's old. It's not even, they would call it AI because it was like 1997. It's so old. It's super old, right? But when I did the numbers back then on February 2024, I said, oh my God, these numbers are going to be horrible. We better start shorting the market, right? And guess what? These numbers were completely wrong. So I got this report in 2024 telling all my students, I go, man, look, we're going to have negative job numbers, negative job growth. It's like end of the world. Let's start going long dollar and shorting the stock market. And guess what? All these numbers came out positive. So you could have had the right information, Clarence Beeks with the crop report. You could have the right numbers, but if they're lying about the numbers, right? Well, then it doesn't really matter. That's why I call them fundamentals. So having early access to data or other data means nothing. So I had the right data. Look at the date, 2024. I had this information before they had it, but it didn't do me a bit of good because if I'm shorting and everyone sees higher job numbers, it doesn't really matter, does it? Right? So I really said, don't really pay attention to the actual numbers of any of these fundamentals. Just know that the news is like a rock. Think of them like a rock, and you throw the rock into a still pool, like a lake, right? And or you do a cannonball and you jump in the water. It's going to create a splash and you're going to create ripples, right? And if you know the time and the date and the currency pair that's going to impact, well, then all you got to do is just ride the waves, right? And trying to game the system and trying to figure out, well, this number is here. If it's higher than this, it's bearish or bull or blah, 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 blah. The trend, you know, the fundamental price action trend of the market will not be changed by news. It may change a little bit. It may fluctuate short term, but it will not change the direction of trend, right? So that's why, in fact, we have a news fade trade strategy in Pip and Run where we wait an hour or 30 minutes after the news, and whatever direction it goes in, we just trade in the opposite direction, right? That's how fundamental it is, right? So you've got these numbers that are the books are cooked, right? And this happens, so this report comes out every Friday at 8:30 a.m. And the whole world's watching. You say, well, why are people watching the U.S. job numbers? Because 80% of our economy is consumption. It's buying things. We buy things. And if we have jobs and have money, we can buy foreign goods, right? So if I'm an exporter in England or an exporter from Japan or an exporter from Taiwan, I care about the U.S. economy because if I'm selling all my stuff to the U.S. people, I hope they have jobs. I hope they are buying things. I hope they're gainfully employed. If I see the numbers bad, then guess what? I'm going to cut down my manufacturing. I'm going to lay off people. I'm going to try to sell this stuff to some other people or do other things. So the global economy is impacted directly by U.S. employment numbers, right? And that's why Jerome Powell, the Fed, is so important because when he raises rates or lowers rates, when he raises rates, he's really putting a damper on the economy, putting brakes on job creation. And because the rates have been high, that's why the White House, the administration has been pushing for a rate cut. And not 25 basis points, which is nothing. It's more like 50 basis points because the rest of the world has cut dramatically as well. And so when you have high interest rates, you're going to have this whole cascading effect of lower job growth. And so this job growth. Now, we also talked about is like illegal immigration was a big part of that. Deporting 2 million people, that's also part of those job losses as well. Okay. So anyway, that's a whole nother topic there. But let's get back here. This is why this week is so important, because of that one date on Friday, the first Friday of each month. Okay. Now, usually price, but on Sunday it's gonna be choppy. Monday's gonna be choppy. Friday's gonna be super volatile. Saturday, hey, Middle East actually trades on Saturday. The markets are open there, but not here, right? And a lot of traders also take weekends as well. So when you get non-farm payroll announcement, you'll get big long spikes in the market. Big long, the candlesticks will be be very erratic. And so, the day of the announcement is probably going to be, a lot of people taking off that day. The reason why it moves so much is because there's so little volume in the market. Don't you think, oh, big moves mean there's a lot of people involved? No. When you have price stability and you have lots of players at different levels buying and selling, that keeps prices from being too volatile. That's the function of traders in the market. We provide stability because every person is going to have their own perspective, buying and selling, and keeping prices from making these wild swings, right? That's why penny stocks move so fast. There's not a lot of people in them. So you get the fewer players you have, the more erratic, the more volatile, the more wild swings in the market. But when you have more players in the market, then you have more price stability. So us being traders, that is our role to help in this smooth running of the economy. So a lot of people go, well, I know about trading. It doesn't really offer any value, like, being an artist or a creator or building a building or solving world hunger or cancer or blah, blah. You are playing a role in the market by providing liquidity to help people get in and out of the market. Now, if you do that well, you get paid. If you do it the pip and run way, you get paid. If you do it the other way or some other way, you're going to lose, and you're still liquidity, but you won't provide long-term value to the market. You provide value to the market when you can trade, stay alive, and provide liquidity at the same time, and also provide an income for yourself, right? And if you don't do it right, then guess what? You lose. The market is a reward system. If you do it right, you're rewarded. If you do it wrong, you'll be punished. So that's a real simple way of looking at it. Okay, going back to non-farm payroll, what happens next? Sunday, hey, you can trade Sunday, Monday in the Forex market. It's Sunday here, it's Monday overseas, but the liquidity is thin, not a lot of people in the market, right? And then Monday, you got to understand that traders are lazy. And they like taking that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, 4-day weekend, right? My daughter had an ice skating teacher. Her brother worked for NASDAQ. And so he said, oh, we went to New York City, right? We were just, doing some touring. And I took the kids there. I wanted them to see, Wall Street and the Statue of Liberty and the Brooklyn Bridge. And we just did a tourist thing. But then we stopped by the NASDAQ, and he was gone, they were gone, right? He says, yeah, because traders don't stick around on the main ones. Maybe like the B team, they have an A team and a B team, right? B team are like, hey, I'm new. Hey, what do I do? Don't do anything stupid. Don't buy beyond here. Don't sell beyond here. Keep it in this range. Yes, sir. I'm going away and I'll be back on Tuesday. Okay? Don't do anything stupid. So A team tells B team, just hold down the fort. Don't do anything dumb. Don't be a hero. Don't jump in front of any landmines. Don't break out of any channels. Just keep it cool, right? So that's why Friday is kind of wonky, right? You got less people in the market, people taking holidays. And then Monday, they come, it's still Monday, they're still away on their 4-day holiday, right? And then you'll have Manic Monday, where prices actually go in the opposite direction of trend, right? I call it Manic Monday. Like Manic Monday. And then what comes after that? Well, guess what? The guys come back to the office. The A team comes back, right? The professional traders, the guys, the big swinging guys coming in, they come in, and that volume comes in that Tuesday. Prices reverse and go in the direction for the rest of the week for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? Now, so I find out that you're going to find some high liquidity time during those 3 days of the market, right? Because what happens, what happens to the typical retail trader is this. They'll come in on Monday. Oh, man. I mean, when I first started trading, hey, man, Sunday, 5 p.m. There's no liquidity. The only bank that's open is in Wellington, New Zealand. It's like there's more sheep than people in New Zealand. And you put your order in, you put your 0.1 order in, and you're the only one out there. And when you put it in, the candle spikes up. And you're like, yeah. And then you try to get out. No, because you are the liquidity. You're going to sell to yourself when the spread's wide, you can't get out, right? So you don't want to be heavy on a Sunday, right? So then now you're at a loss. You get stopped out, you're sad. It's Sunday, Monday. I mean, you go to church, don't trade the markets, right? Mondays you come in, okay, and then there's no liquidity or very little liquidity or whipsaw movement, right? Because there's all the big traders are still on holiday. They're still on the weekend break. Then you lose more money, right? Tuesday, all of a sudden you get these big directional moves, but you make 10 cents, you make $1 because you blew your money on Sunday and Monday, right? You got caught up in the chop. Now you're getting this nice big runs on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and you're coming back, right? You're coming Wednesday, you're coming back, you're break even. Thursday, you're up a little bit, and then Friday you try to do it again, and guess what? You lose it because Freaky Friday, volume drops, prices start going counter trend. Like right now, the euro is going up, right? The euro's been going down all week. Now it's going up now, right? Counter trend move. So if you were a euro bear, you're getting screwed right now. And then now you dig a bigger hole for yourself. And then you repeat this process again. And then you say, okay, I got the week off. I'm going to try to trade. But now it's month end. That's where we are right now. The last week of the month. This is when institutions are squaring their books, right? They made money for their client. They get paid on a per, new high watermark. And if you made money for 3 weeks, you are now about to give it up the last week because you want to tell your client, hey, we were here, now we're here, pay me, right? They get, they're 2 and 10, 2 and 20% or 30%. Right, they're gonna get their commission. They're gonna get their share, their profits. They're gonna square their books, and then they're gonna do this all over again for non-farm payroll the next month, right? And this repeats over and over again, right? Now, if you have pip and run, you're getting in and out of the market. You're going, you're getting really, this keeping it real, trying to not overstay your welcome, right? The key is don't be a pig. Bulls get fed, bears get fed, and pigs get slaughtered, right? So they'll know the story or the theme or the moral of the story is don't be a pig. It's okay. So that's that. That's the wonderful world of this, right? Of this repeating process. Now, there's also areas of time which are much more profitable than others. And it used to be 3 a.m. Hey, London market, you hit that thing. London was the center of Forex, but that has changed because of Brexit, and a lot of the flows have moved to New York and they moved to Dubai. And so now, 9, 10 o'clock Eastern time, that's been a very, very powerful section of time. So within these days, there is best times to trade as well, right? And so you want to, I'm going to save this, but again, this is the crust. This is our bread. You got crust. This is that soft, smooth, that soft, mushy part in the middle of that peanut butter jelly sandwich, right? So that's my peanut butter and jelly analogy, right? So yeah, and I also had week off for NFP, week in the liquid market, month end. In fact, I created a system which only traded like 9 days out of the month, and it made more money than trying to trade every day. You don't want to trade every day, but not all days are created the same, right? You know, the people take time off, and sometimes you've got the different holidays around the world. Like we had Rosh Hashanah on this week, and it was like dead, right? I'm like going, well, I'm looking at the calendar, and I go, oh, you know what? And then my buddy goes, hey, shofar, so good. I go, shofar, so good. It's Feast of Trumpets, right? So that's a Jewish holiday. The guys are like, hey, I'm not trading. So that's going to decrease the volume even more, right? So hey, yeah, I watch those Jewish holidays, Shalom, you got to watch and you watch the, U.S. holidays as well. Now, I want to give a big shout out to Adrian, who sent me this. He actually created this heat map, and he's done it for multiple currency pairs. This one shows like the sweet spot of the euro during the week, right? So he went back and he went through 3 years of data, 3 years of price data, and then he loaded into this. He's Python. He's a genius. He's a smart kid. And he programmed this and said, hey, Greg, what do you think about this? I go, this is fantastic, because it tells you what time and what day you find the most volume, most volatility in the market, right? And I'm just getting to the point where, 3 a.m., that was London. And look at London now. Look at the average volatility. Why is volatility important, you're probably asking? Volatility is very important because it's the party, right? You want to be at a dead party with some guy passed out drunk, right, with flat chips and no beer, and maybe you don't you're not don't some adult beverage, but this is the party that you don't want to go to, right? That's what low volatility is like. Flat, nothing going on, and versus an active party where there's people dancing and talking and having a great time, right? I mean, that's you want to so when it's dead like this, it's not going to be very active. You're going to you'll be able to scrimp by, but you want ease. I like ease. I like being easy, right? And I don't like getting up early, right? So I trade Asia, and Asia is okay. I get 2.1, 1.4. This little area here, was where I trade during Asia session. But when Adrian showed me this was a game changer. Hey, Greg, take a look at this. What you got here? I go, I have a heat map, my market heat map, arrangement of currency, but this is a volatility heat map, right? So I'm looking at, on average for the past 3 years, 11 o'clock is on fire, like right now. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock on fire, right? And this is Friday, 3.09. That's up here. That means the moves are going to be super smooth and easy to trade, right? The more volatility you have, the easier it is to trade the market. And so what you want to do is to look at these. In fact, I'm trying to bring over a chart just to show you how different these moves are right about now. And right. Yeah. So you look at here, and you can see that we've got these really nice trending moves right about now. So I'm going to actually drop down to a 5-minute chart, right? Right. So we're seeing that, and then we can go to like the 15-second chart. And you can see that we got runs and pullbacks and runs and pullbacks and drops and drops and drops and drops and rallies and rallies. I mean, look at this is 10 o'clock. Look at 9:55 according to Adrian's heat map, and that's 10 o'clock right there. Look at the run, just run, and directional, right? And then run, directional, run, directional, right? Versus being caught in something where it's really kind of like choppy, not really doing anything. You're just kind of moving sideways for, look at this. From 3 a.m., this is London Open right here. Look at that. It's just sideways in a channel. And then what, 6:30, we get a breakout, right? But then we get into our time and then we start running, right? This is New York. We're running, right? And so yeah, I know people tell you, they tell you, oh, wow, you can trade 24 hours a day. The market's liquid. You can trade anytime you want. Hogwash. You want to make money? You want to trade when there is liquidity, when you've got darker color areas from, say 10, you want to maybe start planning 10 Eastern time and then be ready to hit the market and go to work. This is your job. You're going to work at 11 and 12. If you made enough money in 11 and 12, turn it off and go home, right? But 11, 12, you're going to be a pig. You try, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and knock off, and you're done, right? So at most 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, and that covers most of the 4 hours. If you work more than 4 hours, now you're going to get into low liquidity, right? And then things are going to get a little choppy. And, you want fast, increased volatility means fast directional moves. Now, you have to have a good system to be able to follow those moves, right? Because on the one hand, volatility is like wind. And if you're in a sailboat, having wind is good, right? But if you have a hurricane, it is not, right? And if you're not experienced with it, then you're really going to get taken, get capsized, right? So, and the slower markets are good if you're slow, right? But if you want to make the dough, you want to be able to trade here. And the way you trade here is to get trained to work. We have a very rigorous 3-step process for becoming a professional trader. It starts with simulation practice. We have a built-in simulator software that you get when you become a member of our mentorship, and then we go from simulation to demo, right? So we have our process here, and I'll show you, right. We start stage 1, simulation practice. We're looking for specific price patterns. We're looking at times but there's no time, there's no clock, right? Because you're using a button to press to advance to the next bar, right? You can advance to the next bar. You're crawling like a baby. You're in simulation, no money at risk. You're using fake money, but you're going to develop a 90% win rate, right? Over 14 days on average, okay? So, and that's what the KPI is, or the key performance indicator that you need to move from stage 1 in mentorship, the Pip and Run mentorship with Dr. Greg. You can't move from stage 1 unless you achieve this area. Some people do it in 2 weeks, which is the minimum. Some people take a month. Some people take 2 months, right? Depending on how focused you are to the program and how committed you are to what we teach, right? If you go off on your own and do your own thing, or you've got all kinds of medical issues or family problems, the program only works as good as you apply yourself, right? Like Eddie, you got a gym. Well, what's your success rate? It's like, if you don't go to the gym, you have no success, right? So it's 100% successful if you apply yourself 100%, right? In the way that we direct, right? So 90% win rate. You move on to the demo account, right? And now you're trading with a fake account with like maybe $10,000. The goal is 85% win rate with no more than 5% drawdown. Okay, so that is very it's very doable. People can usually do that. I've had one student do it in 1 day. I would advise you doing it 1 day. No, some will do in a couple of days. Some people do it in a week, right? Because we have such a powerful system where if you just if you can count to 5 and you know your ABCs, you got this, right? So So in fact, I make sure my students, they all do the MyFX book, right? They go to MyFX book and connect their demo accounts to that, because you can't lie on that. You can't make that up, right? You can't Photoshop this, right? And so this is Jamie. He did 594%, right? So he wanted to do it on my birthday. My birthday is October 12th. He wanted to impress me with his trading skill. So he actually got in and he made 472% on October 13th, right? And then and you can look at his duration of trades. He had all his you can see, this equity curve. They usually usually the list of trades summary. Yeah, here are the trades, right? Oh yeah, history. He took 380 trades, and notice when he took these trades, what's missing is red, right? Like I told you, I had my success rate, my record, my brokerage was 403 trades without a loss. Well, my student had 380 up there. He got a loss, $1.14. Okay, I didn't see that. I didn't see any other losses, but 231 pips, right? So you can go through this. I think he's at like 99% win rate, which is unheard of. But you can go, write me if you want the link. You can screenshot the link, and this is my ethics book. You can't make this stuff up, right? So I'm not saying everyone's going to do 400% in one day, but when you apply yourself and follow the process, then you can't make that happen, right? So now my student Annette, she was able to do like 91% win rate, and she doubled an account in about 4 days. So that was a very, very good show on what she did, right? And I'm trying to see if I can find her her report. I can go to our chat room and actually show you. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of people out there, and I know you've taken other courses and you've been hustled, and you really don't really believe in anything anymore, right? You've been burned. I think I bought some software from some guy, and he just totally boned out and didn't deliver what he promised, and it's unfortunate. I figure if you have to steal from me in order to be profitable, then or be prosperous, then okay, that's fine. Why? Because I can make money on demand, and money is not a problem for me. Money comes to me as a scalper. Being able to get in and out of the market so quickly, and my students can get in and out so quickly. It bothers me that someone would take advantage of me when I was in, being fair and honest. But that's how people are. They don't have any hope. If they don't have a system, they don't have anything to believe in. So they have to feel they have to take from others, right? I mean, that's why people do what they do, right? That's where they have these whether they're taking people's lives or doing all kinds of things. They don't have, or they're hopeless. They don't believe in their, there's no hope for them. They can't get hired at a job. They go to school and maybe, they graduate thinking that they can't afford homes. They don't have any, friends. They don't have any money. They can't have any fun. So what are you going to do? They'll shoot somebody, right? You have no life. But if they had hope and the ability to have dignity to provide for themselves, to be able to have their own home, to have their own things, right? I mean, there's no reason to take anybody's life. But I think if people had hope, young people had hope, they wouldn't sign up, because that's when, anytime you have extremists in any country, it's a result. It's like, look, I'm making money. I am not going to blow myself up. I'm sorry. I'm not down with that, right? But someone says, hey, you're going to get sleep with 72 virgins and your life will be so much better if you do this. It's like, you're falling for that stuff because you can't do anything in this 3D world, right? You have no hope. You have no job. You have no other options. When you have options, you don't do stupid stuff, right? I mean, you can still do stupid stuff, but the temptation is like, should I do this? Or, hey, I can have a great life with your choice. And this provides that incentive, right? Okay. Can't find it. I can't find it. That's information though, but I'm going to open up for questions, Q&A, whether you're on school, or you should, if you're school, you should be in the chat room with me in the and I think we got yeah, you you can type your question in the chat box. Okay. I'd be more than happy to let me I'll stop sharing here for a minute. Stop share. Okay. There you go. All right. We'll get another shot of coffee here. Little Pip and Run coffee. Why buy holding a Pip and Run, right? And I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt, and I have a Kona blend, 10% Kona, wonderful, rich, kind of chocolatey, kind of tasting coffee, and I love it. I love that Kona coffee. Now it's 10%. Now you get 100% Kona coffee from Hawaii. That stuff will knock you on your rear. That stuff is strong. It's delicious stuff. Tell me in the chat box what's your hot beverage that you're drinking right now, right? And meanwhile, I am looking for matcha tea. All right, you got that matcha, matcha man. Rocky is a matcha man, and okay, cool. Any questions? Any looking for any? Let me check the YouTube, see if there's any questions. See if there's anybody there who has a question. I want you to interact with my computer's running a little slow, so let me go ahead and see if I can. I'm a tapaholic. I create another word. I'm an English major, so I make all these words up, right? I'm a tapaholic. And he said, I don't want to close that because I'm still working on something, right? I'm still working on this, so I'm not going to get rid of it, right? It says live replay was turned off for this video. I don't know why. Okay. I'm going to check. I'm actually got. Okay. I'm going to close all of these. So all these charts. Okay. So we can take a look at what's going on. If you have any questions, I'll just go ahead and move to the economic calendar, and we can see what's coming up on the docket. The economic calendar, like I said, even though I don't pay attention to the actual numbers, but the great thing, you go to mymarketheatmap.com, go to the front, and there's a free economic calendar at the front, as well as one of the most powerful heat map there as well. And let me go. I'm going to start sharing again. So no, I'm not. My name's not Sharon. No, I'm like Naked Gun. His name is Sharon. Okay. We want to do advanced, and yeah. And if you're learning something, give $sign in the chat box. Let me know that you're out there and that you are enjoying our coffee hour, right? Who knew that coffee could be so enlightening? Up to you, but could you show something sophisticated like your AEW trades? It's impressive. It'll go over people's heads, but wow, faster is good. Okay. Yeah, that I could show you a couple of things that we did. We're probably in now. Let me pull up. I could pull up. All right. Right. let me go ahead and I can pull up our scrolling. Keep the fingers scrolling. Rawhide. All right. I am okay. I'll show you like what we did this week here. And I took pictures. You took pictures. Oh, all right. So this was in fact, for you those of you guys who are in our workshop, the Elliott Wave workshop. We do workshops on Saturdays, and they're nominal fee about 127 bucks to enroll 4 weeks. And so we're finishing up our last week, or we're finishing for a workshop, and we're covering the advanced strategy. We covered Elliott Wave, right? And so it was in fact, the people who are enrolled, they're going to get two powerful indicators that one I created and one that I got from someone else. Okay. But let me, I have to clip this, clip my chart. Okay. And I've got goodies. I have so many goodies on my hard drive that it's like hard to keep track of everything. But this is the Elliott Wave, auto Elliott Wave for MT4. And so this is the euro, and you can see that what it does, it's very rudimentary. 0, I could label that as 1, okay. Label that as 2, okay. Label that as 3, right, spot on, right? And then it rallied up to 4. And I go, okay, well, I want to sell at 4. So I went short at 4, and I basically doubled up in the count. I just it gives you price targets, which is really, really cool. Now it went beyond, I mean, it stopped at 1708. I offloaded so much at 1703, and it went all the way down. I mean, we went down to 116.48. So and these are my Fibonacci expansions. So the expansions match the target. So it has 3 targets, and I took target 3, and I woke up and I had money. That was pretty cool. So it has these auto things, right? So they're wave 2, but a great entry trade, right? Wave 4, like 4 and 2 and 4. So you guys are getting that indicator. It's not for sale. It's only for Elite Traders University. People who enrolled in the course. Okay. If you don't enroll in any of our courses, then any of the new bonuses and new things you're not going to get. So if you're watching this, hey, Greg, can you zip? Like, no, you got to enroll in the course. I have these weekend courses. I put the announcement in all the chats, and so it is additional to the training that you received in mentorship. Right? Some people want that extra push or the extra focus that our Saturday courses involved, right? An extra 2 hours, for 4 weeks. Another extra, it's basically extra 8 hours of my time, 8 hours of instruction for $127. You can't beat that with a stick. And if you're too cheap to spend that, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Right? It's an investment you can write off on your taxes, right? Plus, I usually give you a bonus. I give you indicators and things that you don't have to pay for, and these are powerful. I mean, my Elliott Wave indicator that I used back in 2004 cost $4,000. $4,000. I put it on a credit card. Took forever to pay it off, and I also had to pay a monthly data fee. You guys remember those old data fees? I had to pay $100 a month for data fees, right? So in all, if I had it for a year, that was like $5,200, right? Oh, you can write it off on your taxes. Yeah. If you make a profit, right? You have to make money to write stuff off, right? You can roll it over or whatever, but still. So and this is a lot better, I think, than the $4,000 stuff with all the little bells and whistles. Because I mean, look, price targets and number. Oh, you guys get this, and then you combine that with a liquidity chart. You got that. What do you think about that? Let me know in the chat box. Is that a deal or is it a deal, right? And then our wave counting community was and this is going to be available for all the people who are enrolled. We had our stop, like, right, our 4-part series. Stop. It's just doing its thing, right? We had homework. People post their charts, right? And they posted the various charts they're working on, right? And they learn how to label, how to count. They're able to explain their charts in our group, right? Which was really cool. So they took the homework seriously, and they were told to trade their trading idea, right? So now not only just post your chart, but now trade your idea, right? So we have the number of students. So our wave counting part 1 and 2. There's also files. There's notes. You got the volatility heat map, the wave counting diagram. All kinds of transcripts and recordings of the videos. So $127. You can't beat those. A lot of value in our wave riders, and you're part of the wave rider tribe, which means you'll be able to work. And this is open to. I'm thinking about opening. We even have a chat bot with questions, right? So we had a bot, and so you just you can say, hey, please quiz me on impulse waves. Impulse waves. So it's a great choice. An Elliott wave impulse pattern, how many subwaves comprise the main motive wave, right? So we got your main, right? Says your main motive wave that you're gonna ask me, I want to say C, right? But C. Nice work, Greg. You are correct. An Elliott wave impulse pattern, which wave is typically the strongest and drives the main trend? Oh, I don't know. Hey, I'm going to ask, how about Rocky? Is it A, B, C, or D? D. Let's see. Rocky says D. A little slow. What's up, Steve? Hey, your answer D. Oh, correct answer is C. What? Oh, I typed the wrong thing. It's C, right? I typed the wrong. Oh, yeah, I typed what you said, right? No, it's C. Wave 3 is the strongest, most powerful wave, not 4. I'm not taking. Oops. Yeah, he said. John says, "Oops." I'm not taking that one, John. I mean, Rocky. All right. So anyway, you've got our question link. And then our video on how to use the quiz spot. So that's our next one. We're going to work on. We're going to talk about our proprietary indicators we use in Pip and Run. That is also going to be a new course coming up. Okay. So anyway, make sure you stop. No, that's make sure you check out pipandrun.com, right? If you want to gain access to let's say $30,000 for videos, content, plus live trading with me. However, if you want to we also have a free version, which we have a community there as well, right? And then you can find out more information from our bot here, Clarence Beeks. He's going to answer your questions about Pip and Run and how to get involved, okay? So with that said, I want to, if you really want to just take your trading to the next level, just go over to elitetradersuniversity.com. If you want to go right into mentorship, you want to learn more about that. Take a free master class here. Go over to elitetradersuniversity.com and go to our master class. And then you'll get a master class to see if Pip and Run is for you, if making money is for you. A lot of people, I don't want to make money. I just like the intellectual challenge. Well, guess what, buddy? This course is not for you. Okay, you just want intellectual masturbation. I'm sorry. We're about making money, right? So if you would like to make money, and you want me, if you think I would be a great instructor for you, you're coachable. You got money, okay? You can't be broke because it's not free. But I'm just keeping it real, okay? So nobody's wasting anybody's time, right? I don't want to waste your time, right? And because this is what I did. This is a Plexi Trade account. I take small accounts and run them up with massive leverage, right? So this is today, right? This is a 926. This is a live account. $26, $44, $3, $6, $9, $18, $32. One loss. I'm like, oh my God. I was up. It was $40 and I clicked to close and the X button was hidden behind. Anyway, I'm not going to make any excuses, but $6. My God, I was livid losing $6, right? $60. And then I start increasing my lot size and then $466. It's actually more right now. I have a trade running right now. So I keep looking over here. I'm like going, can this thing go up already now? I'm trying to get me can't go. It's just stuck at 116.94. I guess because London just closed and everybody, it's right now it's 6 o'clock in London. So I'm not going to get any help from the Europeans. So I probably just need to close out. But I actually took this over $1,000 right now. Let me So I'll take small accounts and run them up and just show you that it doesn't really matter. Small account, large account. If you can't do it small, you're not going to be able to do it large, right? I mean, that's just the thick, the thin and thick of this stuff, right? You've got to be able to scale. If you can build a small account, then you can build a large account. But if you can't take $100 to $500, then you're kind of hopeless there, right? So yeah. And then when you have larger money, then you can do all kinds of mystical, fantastic things, right? You could take greater losses as well, right? Risk and reward, the whole bit right there, right? So I mean, this is 5,000. And I get caught periodically, but big $5,000, and then this just I can just this comes with the territory, right? Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's something. Yeah, don't. Yeah, use escrow. Use an escrow service if you ever buy software or something from somebody online. I learned my lesson. I'm a trusting guy. I think everybody's a Christian's got a good heart, and believes in sowing and reaping. Big shout out to William. William sent me this box of beef here. He's like, hey, Greg, appreciate you. 20 pounds of beef, packed in dry ice. Like, yes, I love beef. I'm a carnivore, so I'm pretty happy. And I popped that New York strip in some butter. Boy, was it great. It was awesome, right? So big shout out to Stonehouse Farms. Stonehouse Farms makes the best flavorful grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Stonehouse, you can go to stonehousefarms.com. Stonehouse. Yeah. Non-GMO, grass-finished beef. I'm going to do a big shout out to my, we'll learn how to get a free there. There he is. Bill, my bro, my beef bro, right? Join the herd. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Dr. Greg McLeod, and I do approve this message. You have a great weekend, and reach out to me. Go to Elite Traders University and sign up for mentorship. And no, why buy and hold when you can pip and run? Bye now.